Mic check. Mic check. One, two, three. Mic check. If you can hear me, you put a one. Mic check. Mic check. Bet. Bet. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Tech and Gadgets. Never seen y'all on one of my lives. Y'all new subscribers. If so, peace. Welcome to the channel. Oh, okay. What's up, Flex? Flex, you say it's low? Got a bunch of wind blowing around me right now. Let me see if I can put this other earbud in. One thing about stopping somewhere and propping up a camera, everybody got to roll by slow and try to see what you're doing. What's up, Straight Panther? But yeah, it's about as loud. Damn. As soon as I get out here, the wind blowing like hell. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all hear me? See if I can turn this way. Mic check. Mic check. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. So, title of this: Sun in Aquarius and Sign of the Times. Um, this nosy motherfucker right here. So just to kick it off, many of y'all who follow my channel, you know that I've mentioned that I have Sun in Aquarius. Okay, and so in Aquarius, the Sun is in its detriment, or it's in exile. Now, what does that mean? It means that it's as far away from its home as it can be. It's 180 degrees away from its home when it's in Aquarius. So, how does that play out for the native? Well, it means a lot of times you may feel like you never fit in. Okay. Um, Sometimes even with your own family. Sometimes even with your own culture. Um, and uh, I can personally attest to that. You know. Now, have I tried to fit in at times? Hell yeah, it's only normal. It's only normal um, to try to fit in because humans by nature are communal. You know, it's in an even if you are born under certain cosmic influences, whether you that make you more apt to be standoffish. Okay. Um, so I've tried to fit in at times, and the shit don't work. You know, it just don't work. Um, and so the sun in your chart is, if you look at the glyph of the sun, it's a circle with a dot in the middle. Okay. Now that represents that what is on the inside naturally pours out to the outside. Okay. It doesn't have to. You don't even have to pretend to be your sun sign. Oh, Straight Panther, I didn't know you was Aquarius. All right. Demeter Har, Ma'at, Kaket Ra, what's happening? Um, what's in the middle, that dot, takes no pretentiousness, no acting, uh, no rehearsal. It just is, okay? Um, so naturally, for me, I probably come across as expressing a degree of standoffishness, okay? Um, Part of that is by nature, and part of that is by conditioning, you know? Um, and I say all that as a backdrop to something funny that happened last week. My wife and I are in the gym working out, okay? And in my true Aquarian sun nature, when I'm in the gym, first of all, uh, uh, I don't like a lot of people all around me. Okay, when I go and park somewhere, if I'm gonna park, let's say I'm gonna park and I'm gonna pull my laptop out and do some work, I'm gonna try to find a spot where I'm away from everybody else. You know, um, and it's hot as hell down here in Texas. So two things: I'm gonna try to find me a spot where it's some shade and somewhere where I ain't got nobody all up on me. You know, when I stop at a red light, if I got room, I'm not gonna stop right beside somebody. You know, because it's awkward to me. You know, because people feel compelled they got to look over in your shit. You know, and that might sound crazy. That's just the way I am. So, like I said, I'm kind of standoff by nature, not intending to be. So we're going to gym. It's the gym is kind of full this day. Okay, so that means a lot of the places I want to get to, they're occupied. So me being who I am, I also like to innovate. Okay, so when I started out working as a trainer, okay, a personal trainer in the gym, um, the time where the gym is the most packed is around like 5 to 6:30 in the evening. You know, because people come when they get off work. What made me special early on was that I knew all the machines were taken up, and I wasn't gonna stand around and let that slow up my session by waiting on people to get out the way on the machine. So I learned how to train a person without needing let this bullshit ass V6 Dodge Intrepid go by with a muffler on and try to make it sound like a V8. But I would go over in the corner. I'll take me an exercise ball, a mat, and a couple set of dumbbells, and I could train the client's whole body and wear their ass out. You know, without having to stand in line and be frustrated because people sitting on machines and farting and shit and chewing gum and, and whatever, wasting time. And so it also helped my creativity, coming up with different ways to do things. So that always stays with me. So when I'm in the gym, I always find a way to use the machines other than the way that they were designed. Okay, that's another Aquarian trait. Um, because the Aquarian sun is so far from its home, then and it makes the Aquarian native somewhat standoffish. One of the benefits is you get to see things that maybe other people can't see because you're used to not being in the pack. Okay, so the average person goes in the gym and they, if they even know how to use the shit the right way according to the instructions, is good. But very few people can go in and see a machine that's supposed to work your quadriceps and say, huh, I think I can use this to work my hamstring. Or to see a machine that's for your shoulders and say, huh, I see a way I can work my traps, these up here, your traps. So that's one of my specialties. I know you're like, damn, this motherfucker long-winded. I'm getting to my point. So we're in the gym, okay, and there's a machine in the gym called a hack squat. Now a hack squat is about at this angle like this, all right? And so you put your back against it, and you're leaning back at like a 45-degree angle on this machine, all right? The machine is plate loaded. That means you put plates on each side, you take it off the rack, you move the handles in, and you do a squat, okay? But it's not a normal vertical squat, it's a squat at an angle. So it allows you to, to go a little heavier, okay? So we're training shoulders this particular day, all right? So all the dumbbell area is packed. Um, the Smith machines are packed. Sometimes I'll use the standing calf machine, and I'll put the standing calf machine has these pads that fit on your shoulders. What I'll do is I'll go and put my foot on the machine, and I'll put my hands on the pad, and I'll use that and do a shoulder press. Okay. Um, what's up, C True? What's up, Wise Feminine? Thank y'all for tuning in. So that was full. So I looked over at the hack squat. I said, you know what? We can use this for a shoulder press. So I get down, instead of putting my back against the pad, I turn around and face the machine, and I put my knee under the pad so I can lift it off of the base. I push it in the handles to release it, and I lean in towards the machine and I start doing a shoulder press. And this shit work your shoulders, and because a lot of it is about angles when you're building muscle. You're changing angles, okay? And it hit my shoulders in a way that I've never felt, okay? So I'm looking at my wife like, damn. I said, I got me one. I got me a new move. I said, the average person would never think to look at this and think of another way to use this machine. It wasn't no more than a minute and 30 seconds after I say this. Oh man. I got my back, I'm facing the machine, and I'm pulling the weight off that I use so my wife could do her set. This little guy is over here on the leg press beside me, and he's all sounding urgent. He's like, sir, sir. I turn around and it's like, sir, I don't know if you know, sir, but you're using that machine incorrectly. Now, my wife told me afterwards, she said, I'm so proud of you. She said, because I saw your nostrils flaring when he said, sir, Oh man. He said, "Sir, you're using the machine incorrectly." Okay. Now, anybody, now I'm not fronting. I'm not trying to be high side or grandstanding. But anybody who knows me in person know that when you look at me, you know that I know my fucking way around the gym. Okay. Now I'm not in the shape I used to be in, but I'm not no small person, okay? And I'm not no tubby guy either. You know, you can look at me and tell, okay, this guy been in the gym for a little bit, okay? And I'm not saying that this is why I'm saying this shit. This motherfucker who got my attention, listen to what he says to me. No, okay, hold on. Let me explain how he looked. He's about 5'6", not nary a muscle on his body, okay? But he's telling me that I'm using the machine wrong. Okay? Sign of the times. Getting up to my point. So I collect myself and I don't embarrass him. I say, well, uh, we know exactly how the machine was designed to be used. I said, you see this little picture on here? You see the part of the man that's colored? That's his quadriceps. I said, the machine is designed to work your quadriceps. I said, but we're using our imagination and our creativity, and we're using it in another manner. And this is what he says. Oh, I'm sorry. He's like, because I was wondering when I saw you do it if I had the wrong idea of how to use it. Because I was thinking, oh man, it's like for your legs. And I was like, man, I'm confused. And it was like, and so he said, I don't know much about any of this stuff. This is my I'm just not getting started. Hold the fuck up. Now I just want you to just think about the idiocy of this shit. This person does not know shit about resistance training. He barely even understands what the machines are supposed to do. Yet he feels compelled to try to correct me. Now I could have been an asshole and let my ego uh, get a hold of me and set him straight, you know, but I did not. Okay. I explained to him why I was doing what I was doing. But as I've turned into my wife, she she's laughing so hard that she's about to start crying. Okay. And she told me, like I said, she told me later, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you, you know. And so what that made me think was this is the world we're living in. This is a sign of the times. Okay. I want you all to understand this. You are now, if you have some sense, okay, and if you have a certain degree of, if I dare use this word, consciousness, a word that's been muddied so much, you almost don't want to even use that shit. But in the true sense of it, you know, um, whether you have, no matter where your sun is in your chart, I want you to understand, you are now understanding more than you may have ever before in your life what it is to have your sun in Aquarius and feel like you don't fit in, and to feel like you see things that other people can't see, and and they're trying to make you feel like something's wrong with you because you see something that they don't see. And I'm not saying you all have not felt like this throughout your life, because if you got any sense and consciousness, then uh, you know. But what I'm saying is, it's even more acute now, because we are shifting into what, the Aquarian age. And this is a sign of the times. Like people are afraid of people who can think for themselves, who do not need a messiah, who do not need a leader, who do not need a puppeteer, people who do not need their information fed to them because they have the wherewithal to go out and seek and look for information that then becomes knowledge that when it's set with and experience becomes wisdom. You see what I'm saying? This you are the fucking alien. I'm the alien. That's what this boils down to. You know, you're really seeing who are the aliens, and uh, you're understanding who the zombies are. Uh, um, and some of the people who have been perpetrating as the awake people are showing themselves to be zombies too. How about that? How about that? Because when enough pressure is applied, one thing about pressure is pressure um, brings forth truth. It's like the distillery process, you know. You're bringing out the essence. You know, you got to filter out and press down and drain and ferment, let things sit and until um, the truth comes out. You know, um, you on YouTube, see all this crazy shit. You know, 1 minute people calling you a hater because you don't jump all on uh, this bandwagon and that bandwagon. And you know, one thing my old man used to say, he said, just give it time. Just give it time. You know, um, now you don't even have to wait as long as you used to. Truth come out a lot faster now. You know, um, one thing too I want to add is that before all the stuff going on right now really jumped off, we had a lot of hoopla about people saying they were going to, you know, this thing about going to Mars, expedition to Mars. This person and that person was talking about, you know, they was going to charge people $17 million or whatever to go to Mars. Now, if folks can't get to the moon, uh, I don't think they're gonna make it to no Mars. Okay, and I think maybe that was a game, and the game was this: you got to pay attention to what does Mars represent in astrology. It represents the animal nature. Okay, it's the natural urge. Urge is a Martian word. It's the natural urge toward survival. And not to get it twisted, it does not uh, make it bad because, hold on, got the white mouth. Um, Mars is that natural force that is the reason we we are alive. Okay. If there's no Martian force, there is no movement in our blood. Okay. There's no vitality. We are dead. So Mars is very necessary. But Mars was never meant to be the driver of the car. Mars is only meant to be the passenger. Okay. So I think part of all this stuff about Mars was it was kind of what they say predictive programming, um, in a manner that the masses would not ever catch on to, meaning to that there will be something set in motion to trigger the animalistic nature of humans, pure survival, you know, devoid of the other mechanisms in the blood, i.e., the heavens, as above, so below, that um, help to shape the soul. Okay. And so, if you're running on pure Martian energy, pure survival, you see it all over the place. In the gym, you see the person who is willing to try out trend bowling and D-ball and sipinate and all the other different agents as much as is necessary for them to maintain a certain status or a look. Although the shit is popping hearts left and right. I used to be in that community. It's taking people out. That's the Martian urge taking over. You see people, you in the store now, common goddamn sense. The same rules that apply when you're driving should apply when you're moving through a store. A store is just a microcosm of the highway, the macrocosm. It's you have transportation going on in the store. It's mercury. You know, you're exchanging, energy, commerce, currency, and you're moving and traveling a short distance. That's Mercury or Gemini. So it's the same thing is happening when you're going to and fro throughout your city on the highway, you know? And so you need the rationality of Mercury to understand, well, how can we move and keep this system going without having collisions? Well, if you help to create a world where a motherfucker can't think, then they're walking out of aisle D6 not thinking that I'm getting ready to get into the main thoroughfare of the store. So if my monkey ass flies out of the fucking aisle at 10 miles an hour, there's a chance I'm going to run into somebody. But a person who's been conditioned to think through their Martian mind, through media, and through their upbringing, and through the lack of development of the basic energy pattern, i.e., the birth chart that they came into the world with, then they don't even give it a second thought. They don't give it a second thought. I'm leaving out the gym today. I got my children with me. This little young motherfucker is behind me, a brother too. I'm telling you this. I hold the door for him. Tell my children, hold the door for him. Motherfucker didn't say a mumbling word. I turn back and look at him because I'm tempted to say something. He has a second chance. He does not acknowledge. There's nothing clicks in his head to say, "Oh, thank you." Okay. So I go and grab my children's hand. At this time, he's ahead of me. He goes, leaves out the door, lets the motherfucker slam all the way back. Now, I wanted to go. There's so many thoughts go through my head. I wanted to go grab him and not hit him, but I wanted to shake him. I wanted to shake him. These Here go my Martian side of me. I want to go back to this. Most of the people now who walk around with these chips on their shoulder, this is what's odd to me. These motherfuckers are weak. Can I just say this? Can I just have my ego moment? See, I always hung out with the people who were a lot older than me. Okay, so I always felt older than my age. When I first moved down here, and my brother took me under his wing and showed me about pumping iron, this when you went into the gym could be a very intimidating place because you had dudes squatting 5 plates, you had dudes bench pressing 5 plates, you know, uh, hell, you even had women that was pushing damn crazy weight. It was just it was a different era. These dudes now with these fucking Robin Hood pants on, tight ass pants, squeezing their balls, they are so weak and walk around with such chips on their shoulder. And a lot of it is, I think instead of putting handguns in people's hands, like down here in Texas, they got this thing about everybody can carry. This is what I advocate. I advocate you got these different shopping centers. Like I'm in a shopping center right now that's pretty much the motherfucker dead. You know, they took a Office Depot out of it, and the shopping center's dead. And I'm thinking what you ought to do is rope off some of this area in the parking lot, put a metal detector and have a crowd come. You make sure ain't nobody got no guns. And I think they ought to let motherfuckers put on some gloves and box in the middle of these damn rundown parking lots. Because everybody's so fucking tough now. Everybody can get on the internet and bounce and shit all in front of the camera and be tough, nostrils flaring and spitting and shit all in the camera. And you can be as tough as you want. But I think it would be great. All this Martian energy everybody got. Well, let's let motherfuckers get out here and put some gloves on. You know what I'm saying? And then nobody gets killed. But God damn it, let's get this animalistic energy out. Let's see how tough motherfuckers really are. You know what I'm saying? And ladies, please excuse me for saying that, but a lot of men are just fucking pussies. You know, they're pussies. And that's why the internet is so volatile with people talking shit, because motherfuckers are pussies. They're scared. That's what it all boils down to. Um, and so that is another aspect of this Martian energy, because on the other side of being super uber aggressive is fear. 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 Fear that somebody's going to find out who I really am. Mars is associated with the first house, Aries. Aries is what? My identity, my mask that I wear. And if, the world has been so cultured now to be so driven by personality, you know, by, by, what's up, Lil G? I'm on YouTube talking to the people. What's up, my man? What you doing out here? Riding around? All right. Be careful out here, man. Watch out for this trap. These people crazy. Um, we're so driven by personality. You know, that's why uh, that's why this term influencer is such a big deal. Just think about this influencer. What the fuck is an influencer? You know, what is that all about? I'm an influencer. Influencing what? Influencing whom? You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. You know, I'm gonna drop all this science on you and I'm gonna tell you, hit the like button. It helps the algorithm. It helps the algorithm. Now I'm gonna give you all this knowledge about how we working against the system, right? Then I'm gonna tell you to hit the like button because it helps the algorithm. The beast itself, the algorithm. Sometimes you got to be the oddball to step away from things and you see things that maybe, you know, ain't always visible. And I know I'm jumping all around. I'm all over the uh uh I know I'm all over the place here, you know. Um, but I really do think we're moving into an era and a time where it is imperative, as this lady that I knew growing up named Miss Hazel Turner. She was from Mississippi, and she said that her grandmother always taught them. She said, "Be what you is, you know, be what you is, you know. You don't have to keep up a facade." And the word facade means face, identity, first house, Aries, planet that rules Mars. We're going to Mars. We're going to take an expedition to Mars. Code word. We're going to influence all you animals to act like animals because that's what we see you as. We see you as animals, chattel. So that's my rant. Let's see what's going on, and I got a lot of comments. Like I said, no gloves. Um, yeah, common sense ain't common. It ain't. It ain't. It is not. It is not. Um, and integrity ain't integral either. It ain't necessary. Um, it is not necessary to have integrity. You know, that's that's considered lame. That's considered to be square. Now, just think about this. Think about how certain people will superimpose their reality of us that they've created onto us. You know, you're so old that you were able to sit around for thousands of years and look up at the sky and write down what was observed either on tablets or walls or papyri, whatever you want, any of these modalities. You're so old and so civilized that you had the wherewithal to do that. And it's a travesty to devolve to a point where you get to where you say, uh, fuck it, anything goes represents the pinnacle of your evolution. That's a hell of a game that was played. Hell of a game. Yep. So That's all I got. Um, yeah. But yo, I appreciate everybody tuning in for this little brief little chat. Um, if you are interested in having your natal chart read, also known as the birth chart, you can go over to um, mastersofthecosmos.com, click on birth chart, and holler at me. We can line that up. Um, Apologize to y'all who listen in on Fridays to the Think Music podcast. As usual, it was me who made the last minute call. Like I was like, hey, bro, I can't. I ain't got it in me tonight. Uh, I got to go lay it down. But I want to try to start getting on here more often and doing some lives like I used to. Uh, oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. See Truth put this. Um, Good to me that I'm going to meet some like-minded people. Just that right there reminded me of what else I wanted. And I'm gonna conclude on this. Going back to my opening volley about having my son in Aquarius and always being the outsider. My my North Node is in Libra in the 11th house. Okay, so Libra is partly about uh, relationships, um, but in the 11th house, it's about relationship not with just your significant other, but relationship with the collective, i.e., your tribe. And I have, at times in my life, tried to adapt to other people's tribes, and I just, uh, I just couldn't do it, you know. And so, me personally, and I think a lot of people can feel this. I have learned that I must build my own tribe, you know, and that's one of the beautiful things about this internet. You know, I talked about some of the ugly side of the internet, you know, but some of the one of the beautiful things about the internet is that it allows you to broaden your territory so that you can link up and find people, like somebody said, of like minds, you know. Um, and I think that's something for all of us to keep in mind and to keep at the fore, um, because I think many people who have some measure of um, who are awakened to whatever degree that is, are feeling like, and maybe in the place you live, you're feeling more and more alienated, you know? Um, so, so yeah. So Danita said, no, says I really appreciate that. Please, more impromptu lives. No doubt. Yeah, I'm working on that. I'm working on it. Hopefully we'll be able to. I'll be able to do more. Uh, so, but yeah, but that's all I got, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in. As always, stay down till you get up. When you get up, stay down. Holler at me at masterofthecosmos.com. I got books over there. I got learning tools. You can get you a reading. Whole lot going on over there. So, all right. Peace.